everyone to this new episode of Proactive Show. I'm your host, Michael Sliwinski. And today we'll talk about my office. So we are in my home office, which is where I usually work. But actually I want to show you my real office. So this is my real office. Well, actually, not this precisely. This is my real office. Actually, not this precisely. This is my real office. So my real office is my iPad. As you know, I am the co-author of the book iPadOnly, and consider this video as a trailer to the book that I co-wrote with Augusto Pinaud. When I was contemplating changing my MacBook Air and maybe switching to something smaller, I realized that I could actually try to use a device like an iPad, which is a lot smaller than the MacBook Air, but still has a pretty massive 10-inch screen. So what I did, I made a switch 2 years ago, and what I discovered were three things. First of all, portability, battery life. You know, and here the best part is the power indicator. If it says 20%, it doesn't mean I have to look for a power outlet. It means I have still 2 hours of juice to work on this machine. Second thing, the keyboard is optional. As you have seen, the keyboard, which I have, is completely optional. Most of the time I use my iPad in a portrait mode and without the keyboard. When I write longer texts, I put the keyboard like that and I write longer texts. But usually, when you just study your browsing patterns, your computer usage patterns, you will see that the keyboard is actually optional. On the laptop, we are forced to use the keyboard because we have it right there. But actually on the iPad, we don't need to. And then, you know, most of the time when we read stuff, when we browse the web, when we, do the research, we can copy and paste, we can do all these things without the keyboard. We really don't need the keyboard all that much. The third thing is the focus. The focus is amazing because there's one app at a time. So on normal computer, you can check out your Twitter feed, your Facebook status, your maybe some alerts or whatever, or email. No, on the iPad, you either are in an email client, you process the email. When you're on the writing app, you write your text. When you're on the browser, you browse. So this one app at a time, this focus is something that we need in this productivity era, in this social media, internet, whatever era. We need focus, and iPad gives me plenty of focus. As you know, I'm a productivity guy. I just didn't switch to the iPad because I wanted to make my work less productive. I wanted to be more miserable. So there are three other things I discovered when switching to the iPad. First of all, iPad is a pleasure to use. I'm actually touching my email. I'm touching, the articles. I can, swipe things. I can rotate things. It's a totally different computing experience. It's more intimate. It's just nicer to work. I just smile more when I work on the iPad, and it's just when you smile more, when you're happier, when you use your device, you're more productive. Second thing, I had to switch totally my workflows from files to apps. Before that, on the computer, I had to go first to the file, open the file, and then the application would open with that file. On the iPad, I have to go to the app. So I can go to Evernote app to start note taking. I can go to Nozbe app to add my tasks. I can go to a web browser. I can go to email. I go to the apps first, and then these apps are handling all the objects. And now with the iOS 8, it's going to be even better because the apps will talk to each other even more. So it's going to be, it's going to take my productivity even on a higher level. So with the iPad, I go places. I take the iPad all the time with me. With my MacBook Air, I won't take it very often, but with the iPad, it fits this small bag. It's really not a problem. I can take it anywhere I want, and I can work from anywhere. And I enjoy actually working from anywhere. I enjoy going to a cafeteria, ordering a cup of cappuccino, and just writing my text, writing my blog posts, revising the other text from my website and from my business, and checking documents. Everything is I just go places with the iPad. I will leave you with additional bonus. Because as a productivity guy and productivity principles, you say that people say that it's very important to have several screens, to have a bigger computing environment. So what happens is that with adapting iPad as my main device, as my main computing device, as a bonus, I got the iPhone, I got the second screen. I actually use the iPhone as my second screen. So actually I carry two computers with me at all times. Two very powerful computers at that. So I carry two computers with me, the iPhone and the iPad. They all sync together. They have access to the same data, the same iCloud data, Dropbox data, Evernote data, Notepad data. So I can really use them as two screens, and I can work with them, and I can set up a two-screen setup anywhere I want. So, and still, these two computers together, don't compare to a heavy, right now, MacBook Air. So there you go. This is my promise to you. Try to use an iPad more. Try to convert it into your creative computing device and see if you can convert to a different, more pleasurable and more productive life with the iPad. And check out our book, iPadOnly, for more details and for app reviews and exactly why we decided with Augusto that this is the way to go. If you have any questions about me being productive on the iPad, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much. Till the next one.